In 2019, I have We Build Christmas Who, and last year, I revealed SpongeBob's Road to Christmas. So this year, I'm going to reveal the last SpongeBob Christmas episode in this trilogy. It's a SpongeBob Christmas! Before we start the recap, I want to highlight the outstanding stop-motion animation used in this special. This animation was done by a stop-motion studio called Screen Novelties. They're the same studio that created the Truth or Swear intro, which is one of the only good parts of that special. They're also the same one that helped animate a certain Adult Swim show. I wonder what that show could be. It may have something to do with a ticket. Whatever. Just by this behind the scenes video, you can tell how much dedication and work was put onto this special. And the final product came out smoothly. This animation reminds me of the classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer special. So there's also that sweet Christmas touch to it as well. Now, this animation does have their flaws, but overall, it's a nice taste of pace of the layered 2D animation, and it was spectacular. This last bit isn't related to the animation, but it's another disclaimer. I won't be talking about the passing segments, since it would make the vibe of the recap be off, but these segments are still neat regardless. Without wasting any more time, let's start the recap! SpongeBob starts out his day by saying how much he loves Christmas. Meanwhile, the rest of the key bottom mice are set up for Christmas, including Patrick, who is set up a trap for Satan. Geez, Patrick, I know that you're excited for Christmas, but I don't think kidnapping Santa is the nicest thing to do. I will say this right now. All the songs featured in this special are outstanding and charming. I immediately remember setting my first iPad's alarm to Santa Has His Eye on Me in 2012. Eventually, I ended up turning the alarm off because it was becoming annoying, but still, these songs reminded me of the Christmas spirit. And Christmas is my favorite holiday, so they also get points for that too. After the song is finished, we get to see Plankton and Carrot inside the tub bucket. Plankton is so sick of getting cold for Christmas that he plans to ruin the holiday for everyone else. His plan is to make everyone more of a jerk than him. And to achieve that, he decides to use an element of Soleil fruitcake. And you want to know what element he used? Well, I hope that you didn't say any pre-existent ones, because Plankton discovered a new element called zirconium. Allegedly, this element is said to make anyone a jerk if they make contact with it. Okay, I see some wild stuff going on in this channel, but Plankton discovered a new element? Oh, I had deeply underestimated how much the animated cells can away within their resources. Just wait till you see the amazing world of Gumball, Purple Star. Alright. For his first customer, Splinter gives SpongeBob a slice of fruitcake covered in Dirtorium. But to Splinter's surprise, SpongeBob sees perfectly normal after eating it. After feeding him more tainted slices of fruitcake, Splinter just gives up and gives the card to SpongeBob.
Have a baker's dozen.
Well, I think everyone should taste your amazing fruitcake.
With SpongeBob getting access to the fruitcake dispenser, he decides to get every single Cubomite some fruitcake. But this time, the Dirtorium works, and everyone basically became Essie. It makes me wonder if best character tried out that fruitcake. Why would you assume that? Well, this episode debuted in 2012, and the easiest calendar debuted in 2013. Maybe I should make a theory video out of it. We'll be right back. After SpongeBob accidentally turned everyone into dirt, Plankton is amazed over what he has done. But if the Dirtorium works on weightier citizens, then why didn't it affect SpongeBob? Well, it turns out that this Buzz's heart is so pure that he basically became immune to the element altogether. I knew SpongeBob is too pure for this world. To capitalize, Plankton sets out a robot SpongeBob to destroy Kitty Bottom, and with SpongeBob's reputation. Get to know that Plankton had a backup plan, or else this special would have been so predictable. It's now Christmas Eve, and everyone is still acting like jerks. SpongeBob starts to get worried because if people continue to act Essie, then Santa will still keep on this year. So he decided to go get Sandy's help. Don't ask why SpongeBob isn't wearing a helmet inside Sandy's Tweedle. Sorry, this can't get wrong with that error, right?
I need it!
Never mind. Alright, Blue Star, I have good news and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first? Bad news? Okay then, the bad news is Sandy's also a jerk. But the good news is that SpongeBob accidentally throws her fruitcake into her Christmas massive analyzer. How's that good news? Well, this analyzer recognized that the fruitcake was covered in Dirtorium, which like Plankton isn't the only one who knows about the element. Yeah! After some expedition stuff that we already know, Sandy mentions that the whole town needs the antidote for Dirtorium. But when she uses her analyzer to cut out the formula, a piece of sea music shows up instead. It turns out that the antidote was a song called Don't Be a Jerk. It's Christmas! And of course, the pure-hearted SpongeBob was the main singer for it. After every Cubomite was turned back to normal, Santa happens to visit the Cubona at this very time. But unfortunately, he mentions that everybody was all on his naughty list, except for Plankton. Wow, that was quick. that's almost how this year's birthday video managed to start gifts and dishes within a single day. SpongeBob tries to reason with Santa that he took it the wrong way, but to no avail. So he Wampa sponsor shows up and tries to destroy Santa, but sponsor 8 having it and shoots a fruitcake at his Wampa counterpart in retaliation. Apparently, fruitcake was enough for it to explode. So, you're telling me that fruitcake can be used as a weapon? I knew it! Ah! I hated that anyway. With Toy SpongeBob gone, it's like a key was all that is left. When an elf gets Santa the key, he discovers that the toy was owned by Plankton. And you know what happens next. Plankton receives Cole as a punishment. You would expect that everybody else would be back on the nice list after SpongeBob saved the day, but nope. It was like Santa has already locked in the lists before he took off. I hope that means Santa was enough of a Christmas present for them.
Hey, has anyone seen Patrick?
Gotcha!
Oh, I guess Patrick got his wish after all. And to make sure Patrick doesn't kidnap you on Christmas Eve, hit the like button. Patrick isn't in this dimension? Oh, well, I wish you stars a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New